Good morning, everybody. Welcome back to Cilinix Crypto. Hope you're all doing great. Hope you're having a great Christmas days and holidays in general. And welcome to this new video on Dogecoin. I was doubting a little bit whether I wanted to make a new video on Dogecoin. But we started today relatively bearish, alright? So I just kind of wanted to give you my thoughts on today and whether you should be afraid or not. And I think the answer is no, alright? I know people tend to get afraid quite often. I mean, if you take a look at the 15-minute time frame here, what you would see is that we are constantly dumping. I don't think that's the case, and I think, and I say this very often, but I always say I always think it's better to zoom out, right? And if you zoom out right now, like yesterday, what we talked about is that there was a possibility of actually breaking above 34 cents and rallying a bit higher, but ultimately, there was never a high chance, at least, of actually pumping and rallying and breaking out, right? So that was never an option. So what that means, and that's also what I've talked about for the last couple of days, that means it was most likely that we were going to consolidate. And then yesterday we did not really have the momentum, and we even lost some momentum with a relatively strong Bitcoin dominance, which means that altcoins suffer a bit more. We never even managed to break above 34 cents. So then, if we're not going to do that, it's most likely we'll actually retest the lows. And I think that's what we're doing right now. I think ultimately, like, Bitcoin is also falling down quite a bit. We're shedding almost all of the leverage we've gained since Tuesday, so that's good, I think. And then the Bitcoin dominance right here, as you can see, has bounced a bit. It's dropping down in the last hour or so, last 2 hours. So that's good to see. But I mean, what does this mean? Nothing, right? The volume right now for Dogecoin is also very low at $2.8 billion. It's the morning after Christmas. The US is still asleep, so the volume is very low. And all the price action, or at least not all of it, but a lot of the price action that happens when the volume is low doesn't really matter, all right? And if we take that into account in combination with the current structure here, which is basically that we are trying to form some sort of a consolidation, some sort of a range on top of the main support level that held last week. That's still going on, right? And I actually don't think, like, the main danger for Dogecoin is that this was a downtrend retest. I mean, you can see the trend band, for example, here coming down. So that this was a downtrend retest, and that we're actually going to make lower lows. Right, and that will drop down into 25 cents. And excuse my voice, by the way, it might be a little bit soft, but I have some trouble with it. But so is this a possibility? Yes, this is a possibility, but is it most likely? No. All right, because if that were to happen, we would either need a very bullish Bitcoin dominance, right? Bitcoin dominance would need to rally all the way back up to 60% again, and even if it does that, I still think the support level between 30 and 27.5 cents is strong enough to hold on Dogecoin, because Dogecoin has actually been able to defend this level here, let's say around 30 cents, but in reality it's a little bit lower as well. It has been able to defend that very well. And then we take a look at Bitcoin and we think about, well, would we actually expect much more bearish momentum from Bitcoin? I would also say the answer is no. Most of the fundamentals around the market actually seem pretty fine. So it's a possibility that Bitcoin drops down here and that will find support here. But if Bitcoin does that, then Dogecoin is not going to make lower lows, right? Even with a bullish Bitcoin dominance. So therefore, do I think you need to be afraid of this? No. I think it could continue a bit lower, but ultimately I think we'll be able to hold this level here. And that eventually we will also be able to get some more bullish momentum, more towards 36, 37 cents. But like I said, the only way in which we can actually get some sort of an uptrend going is if we also get some volume. And that's also not the case. So find support, consolidate on top of that support. I do expect start to rally. I don't. But those are my thoughts. That's what I think you need to know for now. Have a great second day of Christmas. Thank you for watching. Take care and bye.